We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Tennessee Titans. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Double tight.
One.
First down, Mariota. And Walker has it. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Tight end right. Alert. 3 down.
Play action now. Mariota. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle. Going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On is Curran, the punter, to send this one away. Taking it about the 16. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10.
Leopard!
On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's a second and 2 now from the 33.
Mike's 54.
On second down, here's Crowell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation,
now, lucky 56.
give it to your back, let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Here we go, D.
It's caught on the left side by Kurz. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 42 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on
All right,
that
now,
play?
lucky 56.
They saw the blitz,
56.
made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game.
3-19.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Isaiah Crowell, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive and they're looking down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more,
to put it mildly.
Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mario Edwards coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
Say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And Davis has it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Let's go.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some muscle in it. Because if you don't lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can right foot in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Keep it rolling.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Jonnu Smith from 21 yards away. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. Forbath able to convert the extra point. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Jets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. To throw is Darnold. And this is incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Lucky 56. Leopard. Gone.
Darnold now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Forbath, the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jets. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Here we go.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB.
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. A first down throw, Darnold. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now a handoff to Crowell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Here we go.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on the coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting fresh up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Easy. Keep it rolling.
Check 3.
Keep it rolling.
Check, crunch.
Mariota on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after him, they've sat back, I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he's got Hireman. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good.
And lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Mike's 54. Mike's
2
54.
minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout.
Hey.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey, switch gears. Slam.
Here's a give to Crowell. A strong running. They find some open field here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Isaiah Crowell with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Davis with it left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Mariota now on second down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out, you can break in, and it's hard to defend.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Mariota now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Mariota. And this will be caught. It's Matthews for the Tennessee touchdown. Rashard Matthews, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Titans are going to take the lead.
Touchdown.
Get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Forbath able to convert the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Gun!
down. Darnold. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Gone!
Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's intercepted. Rashawn Sims with the INT. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Mariota now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Darnold. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Jets. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Sure, you got to go over some of the errors
56.
and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half. We've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They've just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches...
He's got a man complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 55 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. First down carry now for Brown. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back to throw, Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now it's Darnold. Being chased out left. He's got Curse. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jermaine Curse, 29 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So the quarterback tries to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. I wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Mike 51! Mike 51!
They go to Johnson again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Matthews, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
No,
We'll check on his status
Patriot!
when we get back.
Patriot!
On the run, it's Crowell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Oh, yeah.
They'll run it again with Crowell. And an alley to run. Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Isaiah Crowell saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the interception by the Giants leads to a touchdown. And he'll bang that one through. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And the Titans getting set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Three down.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Johnson with a completion over the middle. He's still on his feet. A second broken tackle. 23 yards on the play.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Mariota. And Matthews has it right side. 23 yards on the play.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's go, let's go,
They
let's
tried
go.
a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try it off. Johnson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Mariota. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Adam Thielen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield. They took good rhythm.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I follow it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen.
He's driving down on a 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
It certainly feels like they're more stars at the tight end position than they were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense.
Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Isaiah Crowell, 55 yards. And the Jets are going to take the lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starting blocks like you're a sprinter.
And got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at the play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's. And that's exactly what they did there.
The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. Nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do. Because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This one fielded at the 5. New York set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
46 is right there. Check him, check him.
No. Check. Patriot.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Off to Crowell. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Watch him now, Barney.
Ship. Hey, watch Sam. Check, Mike.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
See what you got.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Detroit!
After the penalty, it's Crowell. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast.
No. Check.
Let the clock wind down.
Detroit!
Now Donald. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now another timeout here called by the Titans, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Detroit!
Now it's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
And they've got to feel comfortable with
rolling,
that, but
keep
they
it
have
rolling.
all their plays sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage, and either spike it and stop the clock, or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Mariota to throw. And Walker with it over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A Titan first down, Mariota to Walker. Would be a long field goal try from here as they try to hustle to the line. Here's Mariota. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Here's Mariota. Flushed out right. And brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now it all rests on the foot of Kai Forbath. This to advance to the division round. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.
Bye.